Hello, and welcome to the Joss Brown Podcast. With over 40 years of combined financial planning experience, we will discuss our favorite topics, concepts, and stories. Hello, welcome back to the Joss Brown Podcast. I'm Deven Joss. Today we have...
I'm Dan.
I'm Michelle Robinson.
And we have a fun little episode here today. It was Michelle's idea, but we will be going over...
Just throw me under the bus.
We will be going over the different ages of
anything.
Of anything, I guess.
All right, so
anything and everything.
It's just an easy quiz here.
Yeah, let's just dive in.
For financial advisors. Everyone knows age 65 is...
Medicare planning.
Well, I was expecting the answer Social Security. But
No,
that's wrong.
no,
now,
exactly.
because for other people, it used to be that number.
Mm-hmm.
Now for people, it's...
It's 66 or 67.
Yeah, 66 in a few months or 67. But it used to be age of retirement.
Right.
Which was Social Security and Medicare.
They usually tie them together at age 65.
And then we had another number that everyone knows, 70 and a half.
Yeah, but they've changed that recently.
But that's right.
Right.
It's now wrong, too.
So it's now wrong. So what is age 70 and a half is where you could do a qualified charitable distribution. And so, you could talk more to your financial advisor. It's a little bit more technical for this podcast.
Yeah.
Well, it was that age because that was also the age of
That's
the
tied to
required
the-
minimum distributions
Yes.
began. And now that age has moved to
It's changed.
72.
73.
Now it's 73, and I'm thinking next year it'll be 74 or even later.
I think they said next couple of years it'll be 75.
Yeah, so we have all these numbers bouncing around in our head.
But we have the
Ages.
most current list. The laws will change.
Exactly.
And
exactly.
this can't be comprehensive either. All right,
right.
what happens at birth, Devin?
You get your Social Security
There
number.
you go, get in the system.
You better
Already
put your footprint in the
in the
system.
system already.
I read an article the other day that said this is the earliest at which you can apply for a Social Security number. I went, really?
I mean, yeah. Can you do it before you're born? No.
No, the IRS doesn't allow that.
That's like people asking, can I have a 529 account before my child is born? The answer is no.
Got to have a Social Security number.
No,
first.
the child needs to be birthed first.
Age 50 is a big one for our clients that have accounts in their employer's retirement account. So employer-sponsored retirement accounts.
And regular IRA and Roth, where you could do catch-up contributions
And
as
individual
well.
retirement accounts, you get to do the annual IRA or 401k or 403b contribution, and at age 50, they add a little bit more capacity. So I think this year you can do that plus some money.
Right, right.
The IRA, it's plus $1,000. The employer-sponsored plan of 401ks, it's plus $7,500.
Correct. Huh?
But you got to be 50.
Yes, yes.
So
that's the
so that's
key
in the year
age.
that you turn that age.
Yes.
Okay. And 18 or 21 or 24 or 25, depending on the state, is when a child becomes an adult.
Ooh.
And they can't have a custodial plan anymore. They have to open an individual account, and either the parent can spend down the custodial account before it gets to the age of majority, or at that point they retitle and they give those assets that were in the custodial plan to the now new adult.
Yeah, it's called Welcome to Adulting.
But they can also open a Roth IRA account or
Yes,
IRA
they can.
account and start contributing.
Yes.
What other? We have any other fancy ages?
I mean, we have a lot on here.
Age
We could
is,
start age 62. Let's talk about that because age 62, everybody feel like it's time for us to retire. Yes, let the party start. I would say that's a time where you really need to consider your option. Many people think that's the age that they take Social Security and start retirement. And I would say that's the age where you want to talk to your financial advisor and find out what's the best option for you so that you don't take Social Security at age 62 and reduce your benefit permanently.
By how much?
It could be 20% or more.
yeah, and 62 used to be, well, that is the age that you can, the earliest age you can get your own Social Security benefit. But again, talk with an advisor because if you're married or single, there's different strategies on maxing it out. But 62 is that age, and then at 70, your benefit doesn't get any bigger. So we recommend at least by age 70, or at the latest by age 70, get your benefit.
Yes.
And I read an article, I didn't read the article because I knew what it was going to say. I should write these myself. 5 reasons to get your benefit at age 62.
It's never going to be around. I know that's one of them.
And then the other one was 5 reasons not to get your benefit at age 62.
You want that
And
8% increase.
And we could write that at age 72. 5 reasons to get your benefit at age 70 and 5 reasons not to get your benefit at age 70. But those 8 years in there, and if you are married and you have a spouse and you're the same age, that's the same age gap. But if you're older or younger by some years, you could have 20 or more years of Social Security decision-making to go on. And there's given your assumptions, there's an optimal answer depending on what you want to do with those benefits.
Yes, for sure. For sure. And so, if we're talking about age 16, Dan, what are we to focus on age 16?
It says the earliest age to claim Social Security spousal survivor benefits.
Age 16?
Age
16.
60.
16. I know I have an accent. 16.
Just a couple years apart.
I just like,
You have
that
a
don't sound
16-year-old
right.
collecting your spousal benefit or anything?
I'm like, that don't sound right.
16. Child after.
So your spouse passed away, and that's when you could get the maximum benefit, survivor benefit for your child. That's when it kind of stops.
Oh, it stops after that. Okay.
Yes. And we could do age 55
Okay.
and 59 because those are some
59 and a half.
key age. So age 55 is with your employer sponsor plan. That's when, of course, you could take funds from your account and not have to worry about penalty. And the age 55, I like to say double nickel because that just reminds you that that's what goes with the qualified employer plan. And then age 59 and a half is with the retirement account and the traditional retirement account, where if you take funds from it before your required minimum age, at that age, there's no 10% penalty. So, yeah.
Okay.
So if you fund your retirement account, whether it's your work account or your IRA account or your Roth account, the idea should be you don't expect to need those before 55 or 59 and a half.
Correct, because it should be planning for retirement.
Yep. And we recommend at least 10%, maybe 20% of your salary or income goes to retirement account.
Yeah,
After, of course, you've built up an emergency fund.
exactly. Saving for your future self.
What's the age you can start an emergency fund?
You can start an emergency fund when you become a young adult. Start at age 18,
Or 16?
16 too, because you
Or
can
11.
work.
11.
Well, in
when I got
some
my
countries
paper,
it may be 11, Dan, but in
right.
this country this might be the age that you could officially work at age 16.
This says age 100 or 121. What's that about?
Life insurance endowment. So after age 55 or 65, you could get a life insurance policy that could last for 30 years. And so it has an endowment on it. And what that means is that whether you need it or not, when it gets to that age, the insurance company is going to pay out. So, yeah,
You've outlived the policy.
there you go.
There's nothing in between 73 and 100? Or is that just enjoying retirement?
Enjoy retirement. What's in between it is late life care, and we talk about that on another podcast, long-term care. So that's what's in
Go check
between.
that one.
I was looking here. Age, once you're an adult, 26.
Yeah, that's a good age. Yeah.
The brain fully developed?
Yeah. But you know
Auto
what?
insurance
Auto
drops.
insurance drops a little bit.
That's when your parents said, it's time for me to just get you off of my insurance, my health insurance policy. You need to go find your own. And so now you have to go pay for your own health insurance policy. So yeah, age 26.
And that
I'm
law
sorry,
that was a
Devin.
few years ago.
Yeah, it was a
Not
few
there
years.
yet.
You're
Where
not
they
there
said-
yet?
Not
Oh,
there yet.
good for you.
Well, he's on his own policy.
Well,
I taught him that.
but he's saying he's not age 26.
Oh, okay.
So let's talk about age 30.
What is that?
Age 30 is if you have what is called a custodial account. So so you could start saving in it at age 18, right? And it's used to fund college education. The maximum you could put in each year is $2,000, but you have to distribute the funds in that account by age 30. So in the event that you want to go get your master's, here's where you could get some funds for your master's without taking out a loan. But what I've learned from doing this, researching for this podcast, is that what the custodians will do if the funds are still sitting in the account at age 30, they'll reach out to you a couple months before you turn age 30, the family member, and said, hey, figure out if you want to put this money to another beneficiary that could get these funds. If you don't do that and you have a custodial account at that broker dealer, then they'll transfer the funds to it. If you don't have that, then they're going to write you a check and said, here's a check to you.
And that'd be a small taxable event on the gain.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And there's not a lot of Coverdell savings accounts out there anymore because it was limited to only 2,000, where when they came along with the 529, that had a much bigger, well, actually it's unlimited, but most people gifted the annual gift exclusion.
Yeah, and fun fact, because you and I was talking yesterday, you were saying what is the duration for, not duration, but the age for 529, and there's no age for 529, but I call America Funds, and I'm going to say I call America Funds because this is not my research. I found this information nowhere, and their department told me that there's no age, but there's a duration. And so the duration on the 529 account that you have to distribute the money by is either 30 years from when the account was open or when the child turned 18. It's one of those. So whichever comes later, the 30 year that come later, but it's not an age, it's a duration.
So somewhere between age 30 and 48.
Yeah, somewhere between there.
Yeah.
So it's not my research, America Funds.
But we would encourage people that if they choose to save for college, to fund an account that has the tax benefits of tax deferral or tax-free growth, which is what the 529 has if the proceeds are used for qualified education expenses. The tax benefit and having the ability to say, that, segregate money. This is for college, and we've helped lots of clients do this. We send the money to the student, and they pay the bill, or we send the money to the university, and it's out of their normal spending, and they got tax benefits along the way. Good. Well, that's a lot. It seems like every year or two you're going to have a tax consequence or a chance that goes away or a new requirement that you have to do something.
Yeah,
so
because between 18 or 24, somewhere there you have kiddie tax on unearned income. So, it's hard. I know it's hard to keep up with all of these, but that's why we are the expert, and you need to come and see us. So, because we have to keep abreast with all of this information on a day-to-day basis.
Keeping track of all the birthdays
There
and
you
ages.
well, some of these are and a half.
I know, half birthday.
Actually, some of the requirements are April, like the RMD is April following the year you turn this age.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Good.
Yeah, well, hopefully y'all were able to keep track of the different birthdays. We kind of shot all over the place, but that's a good idea, Michelle.
Well,
idea.
thank you. It's really Dan's idea. I'm not taking credit here.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you for watching today's episode, and we'll see you next time.
Thank you for having us.
Yep.